Good morning. Good morning. I'm Tom Merrill, a proud and grateful member of this community. Please take your seats and greet your neighbors. Well, welcome. Welcome to the Golden Gate Center for Spiritual Living, where many paths merge to a higher self. One quick announcement. Is there anyone here driving a classic white Cadillac? They have left their lights on. Now, there's a saying that, and you've probably heard me say this before, the saying that one door closes, another opens. And my invitation to you now is to close that door, that cell phone door, and that connection to the electronic atmosphere so that our own spirits can better connect with the universal spirits in the song and spoken word this morning. So welcome, and we honor you wherever you are on your spiritual path. I wanted to mention that I am up here because many, many months ago it was decided that there was a need for more male presence in this community in the Sunday services. And this is one of the vestiges of that. The Man Spirit organization is another that we'll speak about a bit later. That is it. After we do have the chant that will be on the wall above me, led by Bodhi. We'll have spiritual mind treatment by our own Reverend Karyl.
Arranger of this song that we love so much is coming to Open Secret next week. Oh my gosh, that's fabulous. Good morning. And my goodness, thank you for all coming. with this wonderful come, whoever you are. You're the ones that showed up on this rainy day. And I just want to say a good morning to those of you who are cozy in bed. And I know who you are. So if everyone would join me now in prayer with that idea of coming to ourselves. I know that the destination and the source is that one presence that we call God or Allah, Great Spirit, Divine Mother, many, many names, many, many paths, one energy, which is creation, one life, which is outpictured everywhere, one mind with all wisdom, all knowledge, all answers, and the next questions, all in that one, that in that explosion of creativity created itself into many. I am one of the many. My life is God's life. My words are God's words. The energy of this place is the energy of love and wisdom and joy and peace. The life of each one here is the same one life. And the life of everyone we know and all of the trees that we walk by, the rain itself and the earth on which it falls, is a part of that one life of the Spirit. And this morning we all come to that realization. I come knowing that I am connected, that I am sourced, that whatever I need is already provided, that the next idea, the next breath, the next meal, the next project, the next collaboration is lining up in the mind of God, coming straight for me as I walk into them. And what is true for me is true for each one here. We all come into ourselves, and then we come into the next expression of God, the next expression of God, and the next. And so, for this glorious knowing that changes everything, I give my thanks. And as I release this word into the divine law, it is planted securely and is being made manifest in each heart, right now and forevermore. And so it is. Amen. So, good. That was good. And good morning, more people. Welcome, welcome. So, Bodhi is ill, and so we send him loving. Integration concert on March 9th. You're the first to know. So please welcome Bodhi Sechko.
Hey, check 1, 2. Birthday concert. Killer band. Same band we're going to have on the Solstice Festival. Come out for Solstice, those of you who know about that. Okay, this is my newest song. I thought I might as well sing my newest song that I just wrote. It's a little quirky. I have the right now. It's called That's the... Jim can relate. Buddha on the side of a hill, getting high without a pill. That's the way it is. You got it already. That's the chorus. You can try that if you want. Sitting like a Buddha on the side of a hill, getting high without a pill. That's the way it is. Practice yoga in the early morn. Every day I am reborn. That's the way it is. I'm sitting on a rock, my hands holding my chin, thinking about this mess I'm in. That's the way it is. Oh, I'm sitting like a Buddha on the side of a hill, getting high without a pill. That's the way it is. I woke up this morning, you were on my mind. Went to sleep and I left you behind. That's the way it is. And I forgive you. Live and let live true. And I forgive me. Yeah, yeah. Live and let live free. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. I'm so glad I got out of this mess. There's no place to live for a permanent address. Well, that's the way it is. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. That's the way it is. And that's what the Buddha would say. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. That's the way it is. One last time. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. That's the way it is. Sitting like a Buddha on the side of a hill, getting high without a pill. That's the way it is.
Okay, kids, you ready? It's 4 Sundays before Christmas. And so, I know, let me be the one to break it to you. So, we begin our Advent Sundays, and this is before Christianity, prepared for the birth of Christ, the 4 Sundays before Christmas. Our ancestors prepared for the birth of the sun at the winter solstice for the 4 weeks before the solstice. And so we honor both traditions here. The sun spelled S-U-N and the sun spelled S-O-N. So we light a candle today for the earth and for the wonderful energy of the earth as she prepares for the birth of the sun at the winter solstice. And so I'm going to light this one candle. The children have put rocks on the wonderful altar that Sandra Aguirrebede made, and we're going to sing this beautiful little song about the candle and the earth. What? The kids are gone. Oh, okay, thanks.
We're out of here. One little candle lighted on the reef, the earth below prepares to glow. One little candle lighted on the reef, the earth below prepares to glow. And next Sunday we will honor the earth and the plants. Right now we're going to honor Judith, who has our announcements.
I know this is your favorite part, right? Is this working? Yes. Okay. So, good morning. First, we go into gratitude, and we are very grateful for all the youth that are so excited to go off to their classes. And in a moment, we're going to bless them further onto their classes. But today, we're going to be in gratitude as our gratitude portion for the wonderful book sale that we had over the last few weeks to support the youth and family. So if you participated in that by bringing books, buying books, serving behind the table, lugging books, we are so grateful for all of you. And now to bless the children. Taking a look at the children, you know that if it's only 4 weeks to Christmas, there is some anticipation happening. And so as we bless them, and the Advent is this season of anticipating, let's look into our own hearts and think, what is the good, the great, that we are anticipating for this season and for the year to come, as we all are born anew into a new year in less than a month. So let's just wave our children and thank them for reminding us of the anticipation in the heart. Have fun in your classes. Now, just since you're gazing over there, do you see the tree that's on the table? Now, this is a tradition in our community, and Sophie's coming to be Vanna over there. Sophie is holding the tree. She's fixing the tree. Sophie, stay over there. So over there by the tree is where we have our giving tree, and are all the little tags there for people to see? Sophie's got the tags. So what this is we have an opportunity to buy gifts for people we don't even know, people who otherwise wouldn't have them. So there are lists of things that these children and adults are desiring this year, and you can take one and then bring the gift back, and we deliver them back to them, and they get a surprise for the holiday season. It's one of the favorite things we do in this community. So if you like to shop, go grab a gift. If you don't like to shop, is there the way that you can give money, and so those people that like to shop will go buy the gift for you to give to the kid? Okay? Okay, now let's talk about another party that's coming up. It's the season of parties. As we all know, Bob Platt started Forgiveness Day in our community, and it's been running for years now. And they're having their holiday party on the 13th, which is a Thursday night. It's going to be at the Sunrise Center, which is right down the street here. It is from 6 to 9 o'clock. It is a potluck to celebrate all the good that has come from Forgiveness Day this year, all the volunteers that helped with Forgiveness Day this year, and all the new people who would like to participate next year. So don't think you can't go if you didn't participate last year. Everyone is welcome. So Thursday, the 13th, 6 to 9, Sunrise Center, potluck. And if Tom will come up. Tom said that he was going to announce something exciting, and I think this is very exciting.
Good morning. As I mentioned earlier, one of the things that was decided is we need more male presence in this community, or we want it and it's a benefit to us.
No, the men need us.
Both. And to further that, we've had an organization called Man Spirit. Jay and I will be meeting next Sunday morning, 9:30. Invite all men to come join us to look to see what we'll be doing in the future. One thing for sure will be announced is the winter solstice. We'll be looking at what participation we'll have and how we can support that, and what other things we may want to be doing. But come join us next Sunday morning here, 9:30.
I said I was excited about this. We have wonderful men in this community.
Yes, we do.
And they are constantly serving behind the scenes, doing things that, we don't even know they do. They just show up. And they're great for hugs, etc. And what we're really saying with this Man Spirit is that they need a chance just to be men and get together as men like the women do when we go off to Women's Spirit. And so this is about rejuvenating the men's program where men can just go and be men. And I'm not invited, apparently. So if you like to go out in nature, how many of you were here last week for Hannah's talk? Do you know that 27 people signed up to be a part of the New Thought Nature Ministries for this church? So Karyl and Hannah are going to start something new in the new year for this whole idea of appreciating spirit in nature. So if you'd like to be involved in that, sign up on Education table. I was looking for the events table, but it's on the education table today. So enjoy that. And you know that we have a midweek service occasionally. It's on Wednesday. It's at the Learning Center. Well, this week your opportunity is to participate in the Practicing the Present service on the 5th of December at our Learning Center with Francine Huss. And the title for this Sunday is Experiencing the Possibilities. Experiencing the Possibilities. And one of the possibilities that might be coming up for you is sharing your home on Christmas. Galen and Mark Cooper put together a wonderful place where people who wanted to join together with community members for Thanksgiving had a Thanksgiving dinner. And they had such a good time. We want to kind of do the same thing for Christmas Day for people who want to go be able to spend Christmas with some other community members and don't have another place to go. So if your home is the one that is to be open for this, so that you can put on the tea and set the table, and then everybody brings potluck food, please contact the church office and say, I think it's my home this year for the holiday dinner. And now we get to enjoy our wonderful senior minister. Reverend Karyl Huntley, I just gave you a new name. Huntley, as you know, is a divine sprite of this season. She is the goddess of solstice. And what's coming up is 2 celebrations, because as we did in our Advent wreath, we had both the solstice-style Advent, and then we had the Christmas style of Advent. And so we have both here. We have a Christmas Eve service, which will be at the Learning Center in the fireside room, lovely, intimate setting. And then we have the solstice service that will be on the 21st, right here in this room, with Man Spirit doing, we're not quite sure what, but I get there might be some drumming. I'm just thinking. And there's music with the band and Bodie, and you'll get to light candles and make statements for your new year. So come join the solstice celebration. And now we get to hear our sprite of the season give us a message in this moment. I welcome Reverend Karyl Huntley.
Well, excellent. I think I can be a sprite. I'd like to welcome everybody who's here. I see some people that are here for the first time. And I see some people who are back after a long time. Gwen and Karyl and Tomas are back after a long time, so love you, mean it, and happy to see your faces. So, we are, oh my gosh, in the last month of the year, coming down the home stretch of Tools for Transformation. The tree is filling up. We only have about 4 more empty leaves. And Pat, our wonderful office helper, has given you all of the words that we have used for transformation this year. And I'm pretty sure that these will be on the bulletin for the rest of the year. So if you missed a Sunday, many of these Sundays are archived, and we still have some of the trees if you want to do your own affirmations and action steps. So the theme for December is the mystic heart. And the word for today is mysticism. And I just want to call your attention to Sandra's wonderful altar again. She has the symbols of the earth, which are the stones, and the mystical infinity sign, as well as the encircled pentagram. So just really perfect for us, the combination of traditions that we love. So the topic that I'm talking about today is I am an emerging mystic. And actually, I would love to hear you all say that right now. Yes, you are. So I want to be clear on what I mean by what a mystic is. I believe that a mystic is someone who is open to a direct download from the one divine mind. And that a mystic knows it when that download comes in. A mystic knows how to open to receive it. And then a mystic knows to follow that mystical knowledge, whether it makes sense or not. Because being the divine download, it's pretty important to say, okay, yes, that's exactly where I'll go. So we're all capable of this. We're all capable of receiving this information unfettered by our own interpretation. Just whoomp, right down from God, or in from God. I don't want to have us reinforce the heaven above and earth below. It's everywhere that God speaks to us from. So it's interesting to notice that mysticism, mystic, and mystery all have the same root. And what it suggests is that there is something that is revealed and something that is hidden. In this little book that I put together called Oneness and Mastery, on page 7, if you don't have it, Albert Einstein wrote, "The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and all science. He to whom this emotion is a stranger, who can no longer pause to wonder and stand wrapped in awe, is as good as dead. His eyes are closed." So when we are in mystery, there's something that is revealed and there's something that is hidden. Now, it's frustrating for us sometimes when we all want clarity so much and we want to know what's so. And is it this or is it this? Just tell me and I'll do it. But in mysticism and in mystery, perhaps we are given the logical path to follow, but the end is hidden. Or maybe the choice that we feel is really, really right, that is made clear to us, but the reason behind that choice is hidden. So it encourages us to become comfortable without knowing everything. It encourages us to become comfortable in this mystery that is the unfolding of God. And it helps us to encourage our faith when we don't know everything and we still say, all right, I'm divinely guided to go on this path. That's exactly where I'm going. When we don't have all the steps laid out in front of us and we don't have all the answers, it helps us to learn to listen, to grow our faith and trust, and then to actually discern the difference when it is an impulse of my ego or when it is really the voice of God speaking to me. So mysticism is actually a natural progression in spiritual growth. And one of the ways that we talk about that and teach it here, and this model is taught in most of the classes, we call it the kingdoms of consciousness. And I'm going to describe the first three, and hopefully they'll all be familiar to you. The first kingdom is when we kind of realize, some people have it easier than me. Some people's life seems to work better than mine. And when we first notice that, it's kind of natural for us to feel victimized and or to feel unlucky, to feel that somebody else just got a better draw of the cards than we got. And so we compare what we think that we are experiencing our life about and what others that look a little more peaceful or more powerful seem to experience with their life. That's kingdom one. And it is the kingdom of victimhood and luck. And it is the kingdom where it feels like life happens to us. We don't have a lot to say about it. The best we can do is hope for luck. That's kingdom number one. Then you come to a place like this, or you read any of the Deepak Chopra or Wayne Dyer or Marianne Williamson or any of those, or the Bible, and then you are Ernest Holmes, and you get that my mind, my choices are extremely powerful, and you take control of your life and are no longer a victim, and you pass through a portal into the second kingdom. The second kingdom is the kingdom of mastery. It's very amazing when people leave victimhood behind and step into this place where they say, I don't know all of the laws of the universe, but I can see some of them. I can use some of them, and my life is getting better, and I know it's not because of luck. I know it is because of my spiritual work. This is a lot of what we do in the classes, and you learn how to work with the laws of the universe to speak your word and have your life be that way. That is the kingdom of mastery, and it's the kingdom of co-creation. And instead of saying, life happens to me, you know that you affect life. You're the author of your life. And then there comes a time when setting one more goal or speaking your word one more time have the pizzazz. And you enter a kingdom that feels, at first, sometimes less powerful, because it is the kingdom of surrender. It is the kingdom that Bodhi sang about. It is the kingdom of letting go. But you're not letting go of anything. You're letting go into the infants. And what happens is, things start working even better than when you made all the decisions. And that is as big a revelation as the first portal, going from victimhood into mastery, from mastery into surrender. When things go even better, it's like, whoa, this is a whole new set of rules here, and it is. So here's a story of how that works. We're going to have a guest artist here next week who's going to sing with Robin Dubois. Some of you know him. His name is John Fay. And John has been a friend of mine for a long, long time. And he has been a singer-songwriter for decades. And he has played in clubs. He's played in churches. He's sent his music out 1,000,000 times. He has recorded in his own home studio. He's sent his music out to artists. He's sent his music out to music calls, on the internet. In the meantime, he's had careers in technology, but he loves music. So And he really practices in kingdom number 3. So here's this Thanksgiving, 4 days ago. So John has a son. John's son has a partner. John's son's partner has a sister. John's son's partner's sister has a date. Okay, you following me? John's son's partner's sister's date is a celebrity chef. And so they're all in Tahoe, and this celebrity chef is cooking the turkey in a way that nobody ever cooks turkey. And so he puts this, and so while Chef Frank, I think it's his name, is cooking turkey, John sings him a song that he wrote about food and about flirtation, and there's a bunch of double entendres about, you can guess what all the double entendres are about food and about flirtation. And the chef says, I love that song. I'm putting it on YouTube with my recipe. Last night, since Thanksgiving, 164,000 hits on John's music. Well, the turkey. But this is what happens in Kingdom 3. You do what's in front of you, work and work and work, and do what's in front of you, do what's in front of you, and then bingo, over here, something that you hadn't had one speck of attention on blossoms. So, wouldn't it be nice to just land in Kingdom 3? The catch is, you have to master Kingdom 2 first. There's not a doorway instantly from victimhood into surrender and the divine program of God unfolding in your life. Somehow or other, you need to go through the mastery of your emotions and your conditions and your use of the law, and that's what our classes are about. And even when we know that you're working on the stuff of your life, the teachers are pointing you in the direction of life-enhancing worldview that Kingdom 3 has. And so you're taught to treat for, I am abundantly fulfilled, rather than how many dollars you need. You're taught how to treat for being loving and loved instead of how to make your husband change. And you're taught how to be vital and focused on self-expression rather than how to do something specifically with your physical appearance. That's just as an example. All of those things about prosperity and love and divine expression, that's Kingdom 2 work. You choose it, you declare it, you use the creative law, and it happens that way. And then there comes a time when you're moved to change directions, and you're moved to say, I let go. I'm sitting like a Buddha on the side of the hill. Now, mysticism comes like grace. It just plops in, just like the turkey and the song. You can't order it up, but you can prepare for it. And that's what our lesson is about today. Practices to encourage mystical knowing. And the first is to vision. Visioning is an amazing practice that is taught in classes, and we have a visioning. Is that the second Thursday? From 5 to 6. Second Thursday. Every second Thursday from 5 to 6, you can come and vision with the visioning team. What happens in visioning is that you center yourself as deeply into the presence of Spirit as possible. And that means you meditate for a while, letting go of any concerns, letting go of any choices, letting go of all the pictures of how you think your life ought to be. And then you say, I am opening to a high divine vision for whatever. I'm opening to a high divine vision for my life. I'm opening to a high divine vision for my perfect partner. I'm opening to a high divine vision for my right livelihood. And then you sit and you wait. And you do this over and over again. And what happens is that you are able to catch a vision of a future that you could not have imagined yourself. And the way you know that it really is a vision from God is that you couldn't have imagined it for yourself. And often you don't get the whole picture. You get little symbols, or you get colors, or you get words, you get pieces of it, and you keep doing it over and over again. I remember this years and years and years ago, a minister in the School of Ministry kept visioning for her ministry, and what she got was a redwood tree, redwood tree, redwood tree. That's all she got was a redwood tree. And then she candidated for a number of churches, and when she went to the church that became hers, it was surrounded by redwood trees. So that's the kind of thing that happens in visioning. So as you practice, you become more and more powerful in it. And so you can come to our visioning on the second Thursday of every month. You can go to any of our practitioners and say, will you help me vision? And the practitioners will lead you through a visioning practice. So the idea is to move all the way through Kingdom 2 so that vision that is better than anything that you could have thought of arrives in Kingdom 3 precisely. There's that wonderful convergence when you get there. So that's the first one, vision. And keep on doing it. This next word, float, is a symbol for what you do, although actual floating would probably work really, really well also. I want you to remember when you learned to float, there was an actual skill that you sought. It was the skill of being buoyant. Now, everybody has this skill, but if you were like, unless you learned to swim as a really little tyke, when you stretched out on the water the first time, usually people buckle in the middle and go straight to the bottom. And still, because you know that everybody before you has learned to float, and you know that, when you put, a boat in the water, it floats. There is that floating property that you seek after, and it's kind of a miracle, right? So all of a sudden you learn how to lay on top of the water, and you allow the principle of buoyancy to hold you. And it's a process of cooperation and faith in the law of water, and you practicing. And the exact same thing is true with life. But here's the deal. Just like in floating on the water, you have to stop controlling. Sorry. You have to stop pushing, and you need to be able to feel on the inside that little panicky feeling when you feel out of control and your tendency is to talk louder, talk faster, make a call, tell somebody the way it is, or whatever. You have to feel that feeling of that little panicky, oh my God, I feel like I'm out of control, and remember to float in God. You're so cute, you guys. Because the people that I know that have control issues, they are looking panicky. And then, and then when I said you have to stop that and just float in God, there are others that go, mm-hmm. So, you remind yourself that you're supported by God, and you float. So here's an example of that happened to me over the Thanksgiving holiday. My son and I were on Cape Cod. We were having this amazing, I thought it was amazing, I hope he did too, the mother-son time. And and we decided that we were going to go to Martha's Vineyard. So where we were in Chatham, and it's a good long drive on surface streets, not the highway, to get to Woods Hole, the jumping off place to Martha's Vineyard. And so we left ourselves enough time to drive, but once we got there, what to do with the car was a big issue. And Michael is very facile with the iPhone. And so we followed a sign that looked like it was parking, but then we ended up in the woods, and this didn't look like parking. And so we were making it for the boat, which was like 3 miles away from parking. And Michael said, turn around immediately, turn around immediately. And, I mean, we had at this point like 5 minutes to make the boat. And I said, what do you mean the boat's going to leave? And then we, of course, we'd have to wait for hours and hours. He said, turn around immediately. So I turned around, and then I followed his advice. We got to the parking place. Then I had to park the car way in the South 40. And Michael got out of the car. He said, I'm going to make sure the bus doesn't leave. And then he was calling me on the cell phone saying, where are you? Please run. And so, and so we were the last people on the bus. The doors closed after me. And my son said, my son doesn't go to church. But he said, you know, we always have divine time. So it was surrender. You know, surrender. It didn't make sense to me to drive away from the boat for a long ways. But it worked. Okay. And then the last is love. So when we've mastered the skill of speaking our word and having it be so, and we've mastered letting go into God. Oh, and then, by the way, we've let go of fear, worry, self-recrimination, control, judgment of others and ourselves, forgiveness, and we always tell the truth. There's only love. And love in every single form of that expression encourages the mystical to happen. And so, does anybody have work to do on that list? You want me to go over it again? Does anybody have work on that list? We all do. And we work on the list, and we work on visioning, floating, and loving. And we come to a place where we know that love is all there is. So if you'd sing this with me. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Let's sing the chorus once more. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. So if you would follow me into the inner work, where we cast a vision of a world that works for everyone, where the lessons of today have been mastered, by everyone, knowing that as one after another, after another, after another, catch the ease of Kingdom 3 and surrendering into God, that it makes it easier for the next and the next and the next, because it's just the way it is. And so I see a world in which mystical knowing contributes to the oneness that is the truth. I see a world in which this mystical knowing never runs into each other, that God doesn't say one thing to one person and the opposite to somebody else, that the mystical knowing contributes to the harmony of all of us living together in peace and prosperity, in love and in understanding. And so I'm going to be silent for a moment, and I encourage you to ask in this moment of love, what is a high vision for your life? And then don't make any of your best suggestions. Wait for God. I see a world in which there is balance. Balance between the realm of spirit and the realm of form. That we all experience harmony with our stuff, our matter, our conditions, and our objects. And that all of us use just what we need and no more. And that we have a faith and a trust in the unseen, so that even if that object or thing that we need, we really need, is not in our vision at the moment, that maybe we don't really need it right then, and when we do, it will be there. Developing that faith and trust that we are taken care of. So now I'll be silent for one more moment for you all to ask for your own high vision for your dear life. And I see a world where everyone is in absolute faith in their relationship to their source, no matter what that source is called or how it is held in their own heart and mind. A full, deep, loving, intimate, open, receptive, listening, and anticipatory relationship with Source. Thereby, all of us contributing to bringing heaven to earth. Blessed be. So, coming back now into this time in this place. Gosh, I have to kind of bring myself back here. It's time for our tithes and offerings, and this is what supports this community. And as your tithes and offerings support this community, that means that everything that anyone else gives today supports you, because you get the benefit of this community. So if you could just hold your gift in your hands, and if the ushers could just wait until we pray on it before we start with the baskets. Just know that giving is that unending activity of God into the world. The unending activity. That everything is given and re-given, given again, given consistently, given wholeheartedly, completely, 100%. It's available. And as we give, with that same joy, just like, here you go, babies. Here, just use it and love it. Use it and love it. As we give with that same energy, more of that comes into our life. And the giving path widens, so the receiving path can widen. That's the way it works. So bless your gift, bless your heart for giving, and know that you are given to in this moment, and so it is. Bodhi and I have something special with this song for the offering.
To the tune of First Noel, hinting, just a hint of things to come. On this winter day, let us stop and recall that the season is holy to one and all. Unto some a son is born, unto others a son, and we know in truth that all paths are one. Share the light, share the light, share the light, share the light. All paths are one in this holy light. Be it solstice or Yule, Christmas or Hanukkah, all celebrate eternal light. Lighted tree or burning log, or a candle flame, all gods are one, whatever their name. Share the light, share the light, share the light, share the light. All paths are one in this holy light.
So we bless this offering. All the sweet souls who gave today, and all the sweet souls who received. Blessed be. Okay, peeps, we're coming down the home stretch. I'd like the practitioners to come forward. These are our wonderful, wonderful beings who are available to pray with you and vision with you today. They do this for no charge, and they're really, really good at it. Now, you have some things to sign up for, of course. You have the tree. You have this tree of transformation to check out. There are some things to sign up for on the education table. Check out Bodhi's concert. And I happen to know there are some new things in the bookstore. So I'd like to ask Judith to come forward and pray us out.
And if the rest of the practitioners would surround the room, circling us with that consciousness of love. And I invite you to go into that place that most prepares you for that mystical time with the One. And we just take a moment to breathe. Breathe in the love that is in this room right now. That presence of the Divine One that is in and through and as the very life that I live. That there is no separation from the divine energy of the light. And that light that burns within me, that is always fresh and new, anticipating the birth of the next moment. And so in this place of love and light, I just claim a shift in consciousness, allowing each and every person to be inspired by their own light to exactly what they need. What is the next action step to allow for healing, for revealing, for stepping forth and being that expanded consciousness that was come here to be. That Christ consciousness that is always present, that lives and breathes the life of each every individual. And so in this centered place, there is a hope. A hope that is eternal. And I just give thanks for the recognition of the truth that lies within. And I let it be. Amen.
So, those folks in the middle here, why don't we kind of turn around and wave at those sleepy heads? We love you, you people who stayed in bed today. Hope you like the service. And let's stand, if you would, for our affirmation and closing song. So, right up here with me. I easily let go of all I think I know and enter the beautiful sacred mystery. I trust and dive into the heart of the infinite beloved. I am so safe and so loved, and all is so very well.